Hi. Hi. It's Jeff again. I'm just doing this so you know what I wore to jury duty. Uh, I'm wearing jeans, as you can see. Uh, I was originally gonna wear a polo shirt, but it didn't look businessy enough, even though it didn't say I couldn't wear it. So I just wore like a button down, striped shirt. Want to see me move my hips? Ooh yeah. And I like the wiener schnitzel. Ooh yeah. And then a sweater, and then I popped the thingies. The thing. Uh, Hello again. Uh, so it is only 11 o'clock, and that means that clearly I was not selected to be in the jury trial. Uh, I'll talk about it though. I'm not gonna talk about the case because they could find me. That's what they made very clear. Let me get I'm gonna sit cross-legged style. I'm not gonna say Native American style. Uh, so, what should I say? So I went to the courthouse. It was really easy to find because I've been there one time. And not for that, it was to get taxed. Okay? So, and you just kind of sit in this room. This is great for all of my friends who don't even know what happened. It's different for each county, but I had to call the night before to see if they needed me. They did. And I was like, so I drove there this morning, and I got there, and I parked in the judicial parking, and then the jurors are allowed to have their cell phones, they just have to be off. And I guess I forgot phones give off, like, signals to, like, metal scanners. Because I put all my stuff in there and I left my phone in there. But the phone was off, though. I turned it off before I left. But he's like, make sure it's off. He didn't seem mad, he seemed depressed. Poor little cop guard. So then you kind of sit in this big room, and there's supposed to be 34 people. There's only 33 that eventually came. Now I was number 12. Now, obviously, 12 Angry Men. Did I do a country for a second? 12 Angry Men was playing like in my head the whole time. And I was like, well, I'll be the 12th man that will have to inspire this, whatever. But yeah, you don't use your names because they don't want anyone knowing who you are. It makes sense, but it was kind of interesting. And then they just kind of talk to you a bit about it, like what you'll be doing, and you're like, you use the bathroom all the time. And then the worst part was they were saying like, oh, it should be a one-day trial, but it could go 2 days, or it could be 12 hours. And so I'm just like, my God, like, what am I supposed to do? And I hadn't eaten breakfast, and I forgot the lunch my mom made me. Oh, I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting. But they do pay you though just for showing up. You don't actually have to be in the trial. They'll give you the money in cash. So I walked in, I signed it, and I got my money right there, and like a receipt saying I got the money. That was pretty cool. So then after we kind of just sat there for a while, there's apparently just a lot of sitting. It's not like Law and Order at all, and it's not like Phoenix Wright. I would rather it have been more like Phoenix Wright than Law and Order, because there'll be like flashing hair and like lots of like take that and objection, like hardcore craziness, and then there'll be some kind of weird person that was dead and was trying to and the witness was the actual murderer. It's Phoenix Wright. So then you actually move into the courtroom, and there's no one in there except for like the judge, the person that types, and this is how she types. I don't know if you ever seen it, but I guess I'll kind of turn it down. But it's like she has her hands, and this is not working. So she has her hands up like this. And instead of the person just doing this, it's like they're like bouncing on the keyboard. It was kind of funny. Yeah. She had a tattoo. I thought it was kind of weird. And it was an ankle tattoo. And she was wearing, like, pantyhose, so I could see it. Like, it was just weird. So, and then when you get in, you see the defendant, the attorney, the prosecuting attorney, and the prosecuting, well, not prosecuting, the attorney that's also the defense lawyer, basically. Thank you, Phoenix Wright Lingo. And they just say, do you know, basically, is there anyone involved in this case? Do you know anything about the case? If you do, would that make you biased or whatever? You have to answer accordingly. And then, any other questions. And there was a pregnant woman who said, she might have to take breaks. She wasn't selected either. There was this one woman, and I'm about to use bad language, so if you're offended, I'm sorry. But this is how it was. She was right behind me, and someone was like, it was the defense lawyer. He's like, does anyone have a reason why they might not be, you know, had a late night or something that might make her. And she was like, uh-oh, my screen went black. She's just like, actually, my mind is preoccupied with work right now. And he's like, well, can you explain to me why you're preoccupied with work? She's like, well, I just have a lot to do, and everyone's just like, I just have a lot to do, and my mind is just not here. You know, totally trying to get out of it, you know. And he's like, well, still, could you just set that aside for now? She's like, I'm preoccupied. And it's like, calm down, bitch. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, you weren't, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this is gonna be mean. She wasn't gonna be fucking picked anyway. There was no way, and I'm sorry I'm saying that, but she wasn't gonna be picked, so she could have kissed my ass. You know, at least try to enjoy the experience. You got $30 fucking. Bitter ran over. So, and then, you know, and then they eventually narrowed down their list of the jurors, and then they picked, and it was like, and I remember I was 12, they were like 10, 11, and I was like 13. I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. And then I was worried that they were going to do pull one of those, oops, we forgot one, 12. But, no, they didn't. But, which is I get to enjoy my day off today. Woo! But, there's one actually kind of serious note that I felt kind of comfortable with, actually. There was a part where they asked if, because one of the witnesses was a cop, and I can't go any further than that, but, he said, you know, is there anyone here who has family or is in law enforcement? And actually like 8 people raised their hand. And they said, you know, would that make you more biased to say the cop is right in the situation? Being that, you know, would that make you more inclined to believe the cop? And they said, absolutely not. You know, the defendant is always innocent proven guilty, and I would always take the defendant's side. Or, you know, before I take, you know, equally. And from my experience with cops, I don't know if I believe that. And it just kind of put it down on me. Like I know you're supposed to say that. And even the defense lawyer said, I don't want you to say what I think you want me to hear. I want you to be honest. And I don't know if everyone was being honest. But then again, no one's ever honest, and the court of law is there. I mean, we all make that oath. And I had to make the oath today, too, that, you know, we would do our best to be honest. But I just really wonder how many people really lie about their biased opinions and stuff. I mean, 12 Angry Men definitely was, you know, explodes everyone's bias, but, you know, that's just, everyone's like, oh, that's just a movie. Well, I don't know. It just kind of bothers me. Sorry for the downer, and this has been on for even longer than the first video. All the other videos will be short after this. This is just the introductions. But, I guess I should, like, record or just give you a suggestion for music before I go. And I don't have any music with me. Oh, shoot. I guess I'll just tell you, and hopefully you're smart enough to just remember. But if you like piano-based pop music, that's really good, and, I'll use the more term alternative piano pop music. If you don't know who Tori Amos is, she was a singer she's still around, but that's when she really broke out famous. But I feel like her best album, which I got really cheap at Second Charles, is called Under the Pink, and it's supposedly about woman-to-woman relationships. I don't really know what she's singing about most of the time, because she's used really abstract lyrics to make like a imagery or mood throughout the whole song. She was trying to use dream logic, not to tell a story, but that is some really nice piano playing, and that is some really catchy alternative pop music. If you haven't heard that album, it's from 1994. It's on Spotify. If you're still using MySpace Music, which used to be IEM, you can use that too, I'm pretty sure. And there's some great songs on there. So I would totally recommend that. Tori Amos, Under the Pink. I think my favorite song on that would probably be Pretty Good Year. And I will say the surprise part in it gets me every time. And I won't tell you what it is. But this has been an insanely long video, and I'm sorry to have wasted all your time. But I guess I'll do another one tomorrow, maybe. Or not. Who the fuck knows? Like, really? Like, I like to buffer always. That's my name. Actually, it's Jeff, but... yeah, I'm just gonna go now before I embarrass myself more. Bye!